We're going to play contender or pretender with a bunch of our local teams. Last night was a fun night. And it didn't matter what you were fixated on, right? You hear the Red Wing highlight there. They pick up a win. Emmett Finney scoring. Nate Danielson scoring. A lot of the young players stepping up. The Wings are in first place in the Atlantic Division. The Pistons may have caught your eye. Mm-hmm. Cade's back. Asar's back. And the winning just it doesn't stop. Yeah. They've won 11 in a row, and the Pistons are in first place in the NBA's Eastern Conference.
By 3 games.
Michigan State. They always lose the game at Madison Square Garden. They never show up early in the season. They bludgeoned Kentucky last night, and they now have 2 ranked wins, part of a 4-0 start for Tom Izzo's squad. Contender or pretender, we're going to get into that, plus all the other teams involved. But I want to start with the Pistons because, John, I think we can say they're the best contender in the city of Detroit.
So it's still really early in the season. I think there is enough to say through 15 games that they're a contender. The question is, are they a better contender with as young as they are and all the new moving parts that seem to be working together? That and then you throw in the fact that, okay, in the East, you've got a whole bunch of injuries from star players. This may be their best opportunity to this point, which is obvious. But yeah, I don't necessarily know that I disagree with you. I've kind of walked through this for the past couple of hours as we were throwing this topic around.
Yeah.
And it's not that the Lions aren't contenders. But when you look at the Rams, the Eagles, even in their own division, Green Bay and Chicago right now, the road is much tougher.
Yeah, guys, walk with us. The Lions shouldn't be on a pedestal right now. The Lions are a contender. They got work to do, though, and they have to shift their identity. We've been discussing that, right? The Pistons have an identity. They're going to defend. They're going to run. They have a clear superstar, and they've got guys who are slotting into roles around him. Duran may be emerging as the Robin. They are putting themselves in a position with depth, with a wide-open East, with a star player, and a clear identity to be the biggest, best contender in the city of Detroit.
And they have a component that we don't even know about yet in Jaden Ivey.
Sure, another gear where we know the Lions, this is who they're going to be. And we're not ruling them out, but their road is going to be rockier. They do need to shift their identity. I think the Pistons are clearly a contender.
Well, and for the Lions, at best, they're going to get one home game.
Right.
In the playoffs. Because I think that the number 1 seed is probably sailed. Now, depending on how things fall, and you may get that second one, which has happened 2 years ago, right?
Because of an upset in the first round.
Right.
It's possible. But yeah, I've got to give it up to the Pistons, man. It's a statement about them as much as it is a statement about the Lions. The Lions are taking on some water here. They haven't fared well against elite defenses. It's a statement about Detroit. Both the Lions and the Pistons, but I think it's quite the statement about the Pistons that they continue to win, 13-2 early in the season.
And it's
crazy.
When you say 13-2, 15 games. They're 13-2, where 2 years ago, their win total for an entire 82 games was 14 wins. And part of that season was a 28-game losing streak. And now they're 13-2. They could match their total from 2 years ago in the next game. That's bizarre with how quickly this has flipped. Some of it's JB, some of it's the roster, some of it's the development of Cade, and we've watched him become a superstar right in front of our eyes.
So we leave it to you guys. Like Pistons fans, you don't always get your airtime. You're getting your airtime right now. I think headline, best team going in Detroit right now, and a conversation of contenders and pretenders that we're going to get into, I think they are the headliner. 248-539-9797. Are you buying in? Are you seeing what we're seeing? What do you like about this team so far? Because, John, I don't think there's any shortage of things for people to call in and say about this basketball team. But we will and can shift the conversation into everybody else. I just think it's important we start with them because of the way they've played, and I think they've earned it.
Well, and I think there's another important question to ask. And this was asked yesterday on Twitch, and I'm trying to pull up my comments here. It's basically, without going word for word, are the Pistons, here it is, are the Pistons real, or is it just a false start like the Tigers were? So they're 13-2, and we have seen them be able to win without 4 of their starters, with all of the backups come in, or 4 of their impact players, obviously without Cade for 4 games, and what they've been able to do. And, hey, Dennis Jenkins shows up, shows out.
Yeah.
And you look at, there's been moments for Paul Reed. There's been moments for so many guys that you're looking at it going, is this for real? Are they deeper? Or can they withstand, if this happens again with Cade, further down the road, can they withstand 3 or 4 games without him? And the track record says yes.
Yeah. I think the big thing right now, we got this text earlier. I'm going to give credit to Brendan and Fenton. He said, Jalen Duren looks like Dwight Howard in Orlando. If that is true, blank happens.
They'll be in the NBA Finals.
Yeah. I think you might be pushing a little bit in terms of...
Well, if he's Dwight Howard,
it might be not
that's
the most...
a little bit far to go.
I don't think he will be Dwight Howard, to be clear. But
not
that's
quite as polished and consistent, but turning into Dwight Howard.
The league has also shifted away from the Dwight player.
But they play different than a lot of teams in the league. They don't shoot and rely on the threes as much.
I know.
Maybe they're ahead of the curve here. They're like the Tigers in reinventing, chaos. Is this chaos on the floor?
I don't know about all that, but you ask, what if they're just the Tigers and it's a hot start? Guys, I just put it to you this way. Subject to change. What's your opinion today on November 19th? The team in Detroit that is best positioned to win a championship this season.
The Tiger thing. Would you take getting to the second round of the playoffs and losing in Game 7 with the Pistons? Is that good enough right now?
Well, first of all, yes, it would be a good enough season, but I wouldn't take that right now. I'd roll the dice because I think they could do more. Yeah.
Yeah, so would you accept this right now if we told you this is how it's going to end?
The whole contender thing, the thing is this team has not won a postseason series yet.
Right.
And postseason basketball is different, but they seem to be built to kind of play that way.
They do. And again, the matchups that they could hypothetically draw months and months away from now aren't ones I'm afraid of in the East. Sure, Cleveland in a 7-game series, I take the Cavs, but that could be in the Eastern Conference Finals. And we know this is November, but we know this is an astonishing start for them. And I think it's fair to label them a contender.
And we won't even know about so we've got the one, sample size of them against Cleveland earlier in the season. That was one of their 2 losses.
Yeah.
We won't see Cleveland again, and that'll be in Cleveland until the new year, January 4.
So do you guys think if they got to the second round in a Game 7, Cade might pull himself out? I'm kidding.
Now you're being bad. What we're going to do is focus on the Pistons, but coming up next, work everybody in. Take your pick, whatever you were fixated on last night. Maybe it's still the Lions that dominate your worldview, but contender, pretender. Pistons, Red Wings, MSU hoops, Lions football. You want to throw Michigan football in there. Contender, pretender. We'll take those phone calls and those ticket texts coming up next. I've got your third clue for Name That Lion. The third clue to win tickets for Thanksgiving Day against the Green Bay Packers. Your third clue. I led the Lions in rushing on Thanksgiving Day in 1998.